to the vast majority.
The country wasn't built by Wall Street bankers, CEOs, and hedge fund managers. It was built by you. It was built by the great American middle class.
In response, the Biden administration came
well.
Them gas
At the same
prices
time,
looking crazy.
they're up against really strong headwinds. We're talking about a global pandemic that persists. We're talking about historic.
Yo, them gas prices is ridiculous. Crazy. Look at that store. Y'all remember that one with the pandemic? You go to the store, try to get something, it wasn't nothing there. Everybody was panicking. Nobody knew what to do. Everybody was scared. There's no food. Nothing. Instacart was popping then. You feel me? Let's go.
So I think that both things are true. They've done a good job, but they also have a lot of work to do.
The fate of the middle class could determine the future of the American dream.
I just think we do need to be concerned because this has an effect on how people perceive the American experiment working for them. And there are expectations that there should be this upward growth and mobility. But I think we do have an increasingly precarious labor market for many Americans. And so it's important to note that this is also a feature of inequality.
It's a shame that we have as much or more poverty now than we did 40 years ago, that the middle class is earning somewhat higher wages, but not in proportion to what they've increased their productivity over.
Yeah, it's nothing.
And what this does is it adds to
the money goes up, right? The money goes up and they give them more money. It looks good, but in reality, it's... So I said, do DoorDash, do Instacart. Oh, nah, man, I ain't trying to do that. Huh? What you mean you not trying to do that? You broke. You need money, right? Do it. People prize be in the way, like for real, for real. Then you got people that smoke marijuana, right? Nothing wrong with it. If you got the money, do it. Drinking, if you got the money, do it. If you smoking cigarettes 3 to 4 packs a week, do it. And you got the money, that's up to you. This your thing. You feel me? But I know, like over here, I think a pack of cigarettes is like $10 or something. I don't smoke cigarettes, right? I don't know how much it is to smoke cigarettes. But y'all can tell me how much to be able to what they just do here? That's crazy. Whatever. But gotta use your money in a different way to be able to do what you need to do at the end of the day. Because if you're spending your money on stuff that don't make sense now, but do that actually matter?
But some economists argue that the concept is merely a myth that politicians use to promote their careers.
Politicians win elections by promising to fix something that is supposedly wrong in people's lives. And so I think there is a bit of a political cynicism and calculus involved in the wage stagnation debate and promises to fix the supposed problem.
So just how real is wage stagnation in America today? And what does it mean for American workers? The top 0.1% saw an astonishing growth of 389.1%.
Real wages, which means that after we adjust them for inflation, has not risen that much since the late 1970s. We know that, on the other hand, inequality did rise over most of this period.
I've been working about
That's crazy.
since
Nothing
the
changed.
90s when I came here. That's about 30 years on and off. And there was very little raise for domestic workers in general. Now, after the 2020 with the inflation, I feel like the income stayed the same. People lost some of the jobs, like in my experience. And we have to struggle to find different or secondary job or second part-time job just to maintain the monthly expenses of our daily living. It's very hard.
Despite causing severe disruption to the US labor market, the COVID pandemic has led to surprising wage gains across industries.
COVID has actually seen a significant acceleration in wage growth, particularly for low wage earners. This reflects a really serious tightness in the labor market due to excessive US demand, whether it's for the Federal Reserve or through fiscal stimulus payments, but also restrictions on labor supply, immigration restrictions, early retirements, and of course, illness or deaths. So that has driven substantial wage gains.
How to tell whether that's the new reality? And that's why I want to be cautious. It change our life forever, and maybe for the better in terms of labor market and wages. We have to wait and see.
Automation is one explanation for wage stagnation in America. The McKinsey Global Institute predicts that 45.3 million workers will lose their jobs due to advancements in technology by 2030.
Damn, that's crazy. That's a lot of jobs being lost. But we know this is how it's gonna be. You know, with technology growing and everything happening, people's gonna lose their jobs. But to see that many jobs lost, that's a lot. That's a lot of jobs. That's a lot. 45.3 million jobs will be lost by 2030. That's a shame, B, for real.
That 45.3 million workers will lose their jobs due to advancements in technology by 2030.
Automation has been a really big factor so far in especially manufacturing jobs. So before, if you build a car, you use machines, but there was a lot of sort of hands-on work with it. Now much more of that is done with machines, and you have to be a lot more skilled to use those machines, which means that a lot of the routine jobs have disappeared or they're very poorly paid.
Over the next 2 or 3 decades, a lot of economists believe that there's going to be a lot of disruption in the labor market because of new automation.
Soon they probably going to even, is this going to be all computers and robot hands and stuff like that, completely doing cars and manufacture work and all that stuff like that.
And even college educated workers, that financial assistance and accounting and even some will be done by machines with artificial intelligence. So a lot more of us might be facing that.
So imagine you go to college really long. We're gonna cut it there. And we'll probably make a second part to this. About this. And this ain't gonna be like the last time we talk about financials and nothing like that. We're gonna be talking about this. I like talking about money. I like talking about it. You know what I mean?